Well, welcome back to our kitchen. And if you tuned in late today, we have two star chefs here. And Chef Thomas is here, and also Edmund, and they are owners of the Saskatoon Restaurant and Event Center right here in Greenville, South Carolina. And they are preparing, oh, that's luscious. Oh, Chef, what do you call this?
This is just our special pork tenderloin entree. One of our favorites.
With Dijon sauce.
That's beautiful.
So when we were before, it's important to make sure you build that crust on the outside.
Okay.
Now, at home, you're going to be cooking with a pan. It's probably a bit thicker. It has a lot of mass.
Oh.
When you do this and you want to flip it over, you want to turn off the heat.
All right.
What that does is it kind of is a safeguard from you burning it,
All right.
but it'll continue to cook like that.
All right.
So me and Edmund in the restaurant, we usually use this time to get everything else ready for it.
All right. Now, what else do you do with it?
We generally serve it with a side of red skin
look.
mashed potatoes and a medley of vegetables, usually actually coming straight out of our garden.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
you have very fresh things, don't you? That's
Yes, ma'am. Right now in the garden, we're growing green beans, carrots, radishes, beets.
Oh, I think that's exciting. So you not only do you have superb food, but you have something very fresh,
Yes,
right
ma'am.
from
Yes,
the garden.
ma'am. It's important because you know what goes into the soil, and so that you know that all the ingredients that go into growing the vegetables are good. And it's something about vegetables that come out that you pick that day and that you eat that day versus in
It's
3 or
something
4
that's-
weeks on the truck
I know.
or in the refrigerator at the grocery store.
You bet.
Yeah. Now I just put some Dijon sauce that we basically we make with Dijon
Okay.
and some demi-glace and some cream.
And you have carrots.
Yeah, carrots, green beans, red bell peppers, and our red skin on mashed
Oh,
potatoes.
that is gorgeous. Oh,
Now, how can we tell that this is done?
Now it's important for pork products, anything pork, you need to make sure that it's well done. That can be a little tricky because if you have
Yeah.
pork and it sits for too long, it can get real dry. So this is something you want to eat pretty much right away. But the important number that you want to make sure you hit is 160, which is a lot it's a lot easier to find out if you have one of these digital thermometers.
you just put that in there, and it tells you. It tells you it's ready to eat.
And it says it's time to go to town.
Oh, that's lovely.
So, Thomas, you want to go ahead and serve it? We'll fan. And this is typically our presentation at the restaurant.
Oh, how elegant. And you do events and
Yes,
parties and receptions and all kinds of things
Yes,
at your
ma'am.
restaurant,
We have the
don't you?
restaurant, that we also have an event center that inside and outside will seat up to 250 people.
Oh, how wonderful.
And we have weddings that we've booked. We do rehearsal dinners, all type of corporate
Oh,
events.
that is gorgeous, Chef Thomas. Look at that.
Thank you.
Oh, my. Now, they are very gracious and said that I could offer these recipes to you, and so we can do that.
Yes, ma'am.
And then people can write in, and we can send them something they can try at home from.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me what you have here. You have a salad.
Right,
That's
ma'am. We have a
beautiful.
salad with fresh greens. Some of the greens came out of our garden. We have the red onions. We have beets, radishes, tomatoes, cucumbers. This is our honey wheat bread that we serve. We will usually serve it with a blueberry, a regular butter, and
Oh,
a cinnamon
my.
butter. This is one of our appetizers, the bacon wrapped scallops. One of my favorites because anything you put bacon on is almost always good.
And
Well,
what is
yes.
that? The
This
dip?
is a remoulade sauce that goes
Okay.
with it, and also a tarragon garlic
right.
cream sauce that goes with it.
Oh, it's very elegant. And they were very gracious and said that we could share these recipes with you. And so if you would like them, free of charge, we need a self-addressed stamped envelope, and we'll be delighted to share with you. And you can just kind of wow all your family at home having something like this. And we need you can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Peggy Denny Show,
Yes, sure.
Post Office Box 1616, Greenville, South Carolina, 29602. And we need the number because we have lots of recipes. And if we don't have the number, we don't know what you wanted. So the recipe number is 1020. Recipe 1020. And we'll have you can try this at home. But this is absolutely beautiful.
And speaking, sorry to interrupt you on your closing, but we also
What-
brought
oh,
you
what
some
is
bread
that?
pudding.
Bread pudding.
Yes, ma'am. Bread pudding made with French baguettes and brown sugar,
Oh,
and with
my.
whipped cream. And I brought you a little spoon just for you.
Oh, may I taste it?
Of course.
Right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my. This is, and you put whipped cream on there? Oh, I don't know. This is luscious. Oh, that's to die for.
Thank
So
you.
you have a complete range of food that
Yes,
you
ma'am.
serve.
We
What-
sure do. We, we have a lot of steaks. We won Best of the Upstate for many years in a row for our ribeye steak. We have a bone-in 16-ounce ribeye steak that everyone loves. We do a lot of seafood with the bacon scallops. We do trout, salmon. We do a cedar plank salmon that comes out on fire that everyone really loves. And then we have a good assortment of wild game. For those people who love wild game, we do some good bit of wild game steaks.
And you actually grow some of the vegetables that you
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you serve your
Yes, ma'am.
guests.
Yeah, we're building up. By the end of the year, we'll have almost a half an acre of just our garden beds, our farm beds that we'll be growing.
That's most unusual.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, my folks in the 50s opened the first Chinese restaurant between Charlotte and Atlanta.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Yes, ma'am. And on Poinsett Highway, we had 3 acres of vegetables that our family grew for the restaurant. And so I guess what goes around comes around.
So
and
you've
it's,
been in the restaurant business since you were a little boy.
since I was 4 years old. Yes, ma'am. And,
That's a wonderful
and
story.
so now, so many years later, we're still doing the vegetables now.